Have you ever wondered why, despite all our differences, we're drawn to connect? Why do we crave relationships, seek meaning, and sometimes feel incomplete on our own? What if the answer isn't just psychological or evolutionary, but woven into the very story of our origins? After painting the skies, carving the mountains, and calling stars by name, God paused and spoke something extraordinary that would alter the course of all creation as we know it. Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. It was the beginning of humanity, not as a footnote in the story of the world, but as the focal point of divine expression, a living mirror designed to reflect something far greater than flesh and bone. And yet, as magnificent as that first human was, something about his solitary existence made even paradise feel incomplete. In that moment, God revealed a truth not about man alone, but about all of us, that existence, no matter how beautiful, was never meant to be lived in isolation. In today's video by Beyond the Bible, we're exploring why humanity was never meant to walk alone, how the creation of Adam and Eve reveals the deeper truth about connection, balance, and divine design. Stick around till the end, because this might just shift how you see every relationship in your life. The Genesis narrative unfolds, not as a textbook or scientific manual, but as a deeply poetic, symbolic, and spiritual journey into the meaning of life and the design of humanity. Once the sun and moon were fixed in their rhythms, once the seas teemed with fish, and the earth bloomed with fruit, God shifted his focus to something personal, something that bore not just function, but likeness. Let us make man in our image. From the dust of the ground, God formed the first human, and into this lifeless clay he breathed his own breath. Not air, but spirit, intention, presence. In that instant, Adam became more than a creature. He became a living soul, a being capable of thought, of wonder, of language, and of love. But even in that perfect garden, surrounded by beauty and entrusted with purpose, something essential was still missing. It is not good for the man to be alone. These words echo across time, not just as commentary on one man's situation, but as a foundational principle of humanity itself. The first thing God ever declares as not good is isolation. And so, rather than fashioning another human from new soil, God causes Adam to sleep and draws from his side, forming woman from man's very being. This choice wasn't random or incidental, it was deeply symbolic. Amma's rib, God was making a statement. This new creation was not from above him to rule, not from below him to be trampled, but from his side, to stand beside, to walk with, to share in the sacred dance of relationship and interdependence. Male and female, he created them, equal in worth, distinct in form, beautifully different, yet deeply connected. Their design was not for dominance, but for dialogue, not for competition, but for complementarity. Theirs was a relationship born of mutuality and shared purpose, a reflection not only of human love, but of divine nature. This story, when read carefully, isn't simply a tale of gender or romance. It is the unveiling of a design woven into the very fabric of reality. It speaks to the balance that underlies all of life, light and dark, land and sea, sky and earth, seed and soil. It speaks of the way difference doesn't divide, but completes. We see it in Adam and Eve, how their partnership mirrors the dance of giving and receiving, of action and presence, of voice and echo. One names, the other embodies. One initiates, the other nurtures. Together, they form something neither could become alone. And this lesson stretches beyond Eden. It applies to every kind of human connection: friendships, families, communities, creative teams. The truth remains the same. We are not built for isolation. We are not designed to carry the full weight of existence alone. Where one lacks, another provides. Where one leads, another sustains. This is not a hierarchy. This is harmony. In our modern world, where independence is worshipped and self-sufficiency is often mistaken for strength, we must return to this ancient wisdom. The first human was given breath, beauty, and boundless purpose, but God still said it wasn't enough. Companionship was not a luxury, it was part of the blueprint. Too often, we try to do everything ourselves. We tell ourselves that needing someone else is weakness, that asking for help is failure. But in the very beginning, needing another was the first step toward completeness. Wholeness is not achieved through perfection, but through connection. And so we must ask ourselves, in our pursuit of individuality, have we forgotten how to coexist? In our race for self-definition, have we overlooked the beauty of shared identity? Do we recognize the gifts that others bring, the ones we lack, or do we resent them for being different? To walk in divine design is to embrace the tension of difference, to honor what we are not, and to allow ourselves to be shaped by those who carry what we do not possess. This is not codependence, it is co-creation, and the implications are everywhere. In a family, it might be a quiet presence balancing a fiery spirit. In a team, it could be vision paired with execution. In a friendship, deep listening meeting unfiltered expression. When we allow others to be what we are not, we create the possibility of something whole, something balanced, something holy. Back in Genesis, the union of Adam and Eve is not just physical, it is spiritual. It's the first example of unity through diversity, of connection, not erasing identity, but elevating it. The two become one flesh, not by becoming identical, but by choosing unity in difference. This idea should shape how we live today. We are not meant to be clones. We are meant to be complements. We are not meant to all think alike, speak alike, or act alike. We are meant to bring what only we can and receive what only others can offer. In a world addicted to division, the creation of humanity offers a radical alternative. Embrace the other. See them not as a threat, but as treasure. Welcome their difference as a gift, not a flaw. We were made in the image of God, but never to reflect Him alone. Only together, through our shared, sometimes messy, often mysterious relationships, do we begin to see the fullness of that divine image. So here is the question you must carry forward. Where have you chosen isolation over inclusion? Where have you resisted connection because it felt vulnerable? And where might your life expand if you allowed others to bring their gifts into your story? This week, open your eyes not only to your own strengths, but to the strengths of those around you. Let their presence fill in the blanks of your becoming. Let your life be a canvas where others contribute color. Because in the beginning, we weren't just created, we were connected. And maybe the true purpose of life isn't to stand alone in the garden, but to walk beside another, each step echoing the rhythm of creation itself. If this reflection gave you something to think about, consider sharing it with someone who has brought light into your life. Subscribe to our channel Beyond the Bible for more explorations like this one. And never forget, we weren't made to be identical. We were made to be together.